Decisions when you're making your policy, like length of review period. If you give someone 15 days to do it, what happens after that 15 days expires? Do you have penalties there that say if you don't complete this, so-and-so is going to happen?
Is it reasonable for someone, I think another question is it reasonable for someone to be able to get this done with the duties that our faculty have in 15 days? So if you put that in your policy, make sure to think along those lines, is maybe 30 days more reasonable for them? It's like, yes, I would love to get it back that quickly, or, but look at where, what you have to do for your sponsors. I know when we get something that comes in saying we want all our reports back to the sponsor in 15 days, we're going to try to negotiate that out. It's a very quick turnaround to get something done and signed off by multiple parties. So it's just looking at your length of review and try to look at it from all stakeholder aspects when you're doing any of these controls. Talk to the people who actually have to do that, because if you get to a point where you're not meeting it, that's worse than not having it at
all. Things like an audit trail, if you're using a system, are things time-stamped. So we've had an audit, or an internal audit, where they took when did people certify, how long did it take them to certify, how long was your certification period open. People are looking at data analytics now. So if you have a system and everything is being time-stamped, they're looking at this. So again, we take this back to the receipt example. Like we know we opened our certification period on this date, we know it was completed on this date, we have to be able to show that. Yeah. Whether it could be a physical signature as long as it's dated, so that we can show that we're conforming to our policy.
If you say you're going to do it if it's going to happen within 30 days, can you actually prove that it did in fact happen in 30 days? Do you have some sort of documentation or timestamp, even if it's a manual process that was done or signed, dated and signed on that time frame?
One of the big things in the system is who can see the information in the system. Salary is very confidential information for those that aren't public institutions. So who has the right to see that in the system? Private.
Yeah, private.
Who has the right to see that in the system? Who is the person that's actually going to be either signing, stamping all of those certifications? And if you have a system, is it programmed so that only the right people can see that? You may have someone say, well, here's who should certify, but who actually can do that in the system? Can everybody go in and do it? Can one PI certify for another PI's effort? Do you have controls in place? Some systems can do this, some systems can't. So you have to make sure that you have monitoring to make sure that's happening. And again, penalties. I think that's one of the big ones. If you say you have a penalty, they want to see that you're actually enforcing these penalties. So if someone didn't certify on time, we want to make sure, and you say that we're not going to submit your grants until you do so-and-so, we need to make sure all those steps were followed to get there. If you didn't train and we require the training and we say that there's a consequence, did we enforce that consequence?